Hello, my name is Gina Ramirez, and the article that I chose was Lexical Learning and Lexical Processing in Children with Developmental Language Impairments. And I will be referring to language impairments as LI throughout this video to shorten things. So this article was written, or it was published by the Royal Society in 2014. And the first thing that I did was I looked up the word lexical because I wasn't sure what it meant. And lexical is relating to the words or vocabulary of a language. It is relating to or of the nature of lexicon or dictionary. And what this article was, it was broken down into like 7 sections. The first one was the introduction about what this article would be about, and the role of lexical deficiency in understanding the nature of LI. So long before children are able to produce and comprehend words, they're first exposed to them throughout infancy. So it's good to be talking with the infant so they're exposed to as many words as possible. So language is dynamic and interactive. It is not the case that processing can be neatly apportioned into components that can be labeled as identification, recognition, and understanding. So what this one section was particularly about was about testing of vocabulary. It was saying that like the standard word bank and word match test is not good for children in learning vocabulary. It's that would be good for learning memorization, and that is not something that children should learn when trying to learn new vocabulary. So much more work is needed to clarify when and why children with LI perform less well on statistical learning tasks. LI is associated with reduced vocabulary knowledge in terms of both breadth and depth and difficulty with learning and retaining new words. So if your child's going to have an impairment, it could cause them to have developmental language and literacy delays. So children who struggle with language during development often have difficulty dealing with words. So this article was broken down into several sections, like I said, and one of the sections was lexical learning and language impairments. And I'm sorry. Yeah. So what this section was it was what's in the reader's mind. It was exploring a language impaired student and watching their eye movements and comparing it with other test subjects. It was where their eyes were looking and watching their eye movements, and linking lexical learning and lexical processing learning and processing. Lexical learning and lexical processing are intertwined. They are not two separate things. They should be considered one. So the learning and the processing is one.